welcome everyone to the New York Harbor on the East River. We're gonna go around the harbor from the tip of Manhattan to go up the Hudson River to see the amazing, beautiful fall foliage, all the wonderful trees changing colors along the Hudson River. It'll probably be majestic sights. It's known all around the world, so I'm so excited to show it to you. I am at Liberty Cruises today, where they work with Top View, and they were so kind enough to invite me over for this boat ride, complimentary on them. It's not sponsored by them, but they did offer me a complimentary ticket, so I'm excited to show it to all of you. I'm Ariel, you're watching Urbanist, and let's go on a cruise for perfect autumn weather. So here we have a lot of people waiting for different cruises. Liberty Cruises offers a sunset cruise. They also offer a few cruises around the Statue of Liberty, around the New York Harbor. And behind us there's a few other boats. This is Pier 36, right at the Lower East Side, or right by the neighborhood of Two Bridges to be a little bit more precise. And it's a little bit hard to get to actually, but the cool thing is, since we're going up the Hudson, we still get to see views of the New York Harbor because we're starting from here, the East River, across the water from Brooklyn. So hello everyone, I'm Ariel with Urbanist. I'm so excited to do this. Top View loved, I have some suntan lotion on my eyebrow. Top View loved my video so much, the one that I did on the double-decker bus across the Manhattan Bridge at night, that they offered me some complimentary tickets. So I hope you enjoy. I'm not going to talk too much because there's a live guide, so I hope you enjoy the way up there. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know, have you been on a cruise up the Hudson? This is my first time going up the Hudson. I've been up the Hudson by car, but not by boat. This is what people used to do in the 1700s and the 1800s. The Hudson River is what ignited trade in America, so it's a very important waterway for the birth of our nation. I hope you enjoy. Hey Sally, hey Brian, hello Elisa, welcome to this Facebook and YouTube live video. Hello Marguerite, hello Elisa, Regina, nice to see you here. Hello Diana, hello Lee. Kay, I'm doing really well, hope you're doing well this morning. Hello Panagiotis from Greece. Hello Brian, Aid, I'm so glad you were the first one to like, thank you so much. Doreen, you're looking forward, me too. We're waiting to disembark. It's very pretty rough waters today, so it's going to be a bumpy ride. And we're waiting to depart. It's supposed to depart at 2 p.m., but you know, sometimes with rough waters and more people coming in, it might be a little bit delayed. Now the entire trip is 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I most likely will be streaming most of it, weather and battery permitting. I hope you enjoy it. I didn't even know you could cruise up the Hudson. Yeah, me too. This is the first time I actually found out about it. So I'm very grateful for Top View for giving a complimentary ticket. Travel in the olden days seems like an interesting topic. It really does. It really does. Lauren, you're looking forward to this amazing... Hey Ariel, do we need Dramamine? I think you might need Dramamine if you were on this boat. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It is pretty rough waters today. It's going to be sunny weather, but it's very, very humid. So I think the tide is also very rough. The boat was shaking pretty intensely before. Veronica says, excellent weather today. It really is. Hello, Adrian from San Antonio. Janice, nice of Top View. Yes, very nice of them. Big hearts to them. Does Top View operate this cruise, or is it a different company? The company that operates the cruise is Liberty Cruises, but they are associated or of the same parent company of Top View. So I think there might be some kind of combo packages. This is not all sponsored by them. It's my choice to go live for this complimentary ride that they gave me. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Seth says, got it. Yes. Interesting that they take off from the Lower East Side. Really interesting.
This tour is going to be a little on the intimate side, nice classy,
Thank you.
because there is no functioning microphone. So I'm going to be circulating back and forth on the deck here and telling you about what you're looking at. And you can ask me questions. If you want me to just be quiet, please do that in a polite.
Very cool. Thank you. So the microphone is not working, and this is the guide right here who just spoke. So he's going to do a different style of tour guiding rather than being in the front. He's going to go from person to person and tell them a little bit more about everything. That's funny. Chloe says, once again, your mask and shirt combo is just chef's kiss. You have a character as a guide. He looks like straight from the 1950s, 40s, beatnik era. How much do tickets cost normally, Todd? They gave me the Skywalk ticket, which means priority boarding, and I'm not sure. They said food and drink included, so I'm not entirely sure what is included, but basically you can sit up here, you can board first, and then there's a other basic ticket, which if it gets too full up here, you will have to sit downstairs. And I think it's around $60, if anyone could clarify. I think it's around 60, which strikes me as a pretty good deal for a cruise up the Hudson, which is pretty rare. Most cruises in New York City are around Statue of Liberty and various ferries that run around. And we're off. Can you use the New York Pass for this, Miranda? No, you can't. I don't think so. This would be a separate ticket, though there might be combos with the Top View bus. Double check on their site. Miranda, Elisa, am I nearby Pier 17? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not so good at remembering the piers. To be honest, there's so many here in New York City. I'm at Pier 36 right now. This is a stop at Liberty Island, not this one. We'll see a little bit of the Statue of Liberty, but this one goes up the Hudson. All right, we're off. Say goodbye to all the people waiting in line for the upcoming cruises. Here's another one. I'm not sure where this one goes. 4K says, greetings, Earthlings. Greetings to you too. 4K, thank you so much for tuning in. We're actually in the Manhattan, and this is the Manhattan 2. So we're at the number 1. We're at the older one. Loretta, thank you so much for the stars. And I see the Manhattan Bridge. Oh yeah, we're coming across the Manhattan Bridge. We see the huge new skyscraper high-rise that is right by the Manhattan Bridge. So Pier 36 is a place where you can get on the swing chairs right by the Lower East Side, such 2 bridges. Yeah, right there. Isami, thank you so much for clarifying. So yeah, $59, $60 to round up, $60 per adult, which is a very good deal, but I think they fluctuate prices depending on the tourist season. So So is this where the passenger plane landed on water in 2009? If anyone could clarify where Captain Sully landed, please let us know. I don't remember. So the boat goes up further than the Hudson and the Circle Line? Yes. We're going to see fall foliage along the northern Palisades of New Jersey. And I think we might see even further up. Tara, this is Liberty Cruises. Liberty Cruise, singular. I might have said cruises before, but just Liberty Cruise. Marguerite says Sully landed around Hudson River near 60th Street. Yep, we're pretty far away, I think. But we'll be passing by it. But Dean, so many great memories for you. I'm so glad, Dean. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Yep, we're passing by Dumbo. I'm right over here. We can't hear the port guide because the microphone isn't working. Oh, that's so cool. Hello, Irene. If you're tuning in for the first time, let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. We're enjoying the views of the very southern tip of Manhattan. The ugliest building in all of New York, the Verizon building, but behind it, one of the most beautiful buildings of New York, the Municipal Building. And we have the beautiful Brooklyn Bridge. Oh yeah. Todd, is this a much different route than the Discipline? Ooh, I don't know what the Discipline is. If you're asking if this is a different route from Circle Line, it is. It goes further up the Hudson for a total of 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we're only 13 minutes in, so it should be, or even less, because it just departed about 5 minutes ago. So I think we'll be traveling pretty fast towards up the Hudson. Right there's the South Street Seaport. Yes, Steve, thank you for clarifying. Yes, we are right now in the East River. We're going up the Hudson, around the New York Harbor. Liberty Cruise, Ava. Afternoon, not today. Welcome. I've been to New York City many times and done the ferry or cruise. What is the cost of this one? $60 US. There's a little sailboat over there. Views of the One World Trade Center being blocked by new buildings. On this side, yeah. The best views now for the Freedom Tower are along the Hudson, which we're about to see soon. Gloria from upstate New York, Hudson Valley. Cool. We're gonna see the Hudson Valley. Fauzi, welcome. Nice to see you here. So he's mentioning that Brooklyn Heights over here was the first suburb of New York. Taro says it's a little bit expensive. I think it's actually a really good price for New York. This is a nearly 3-hour trip, encountering some of the best views of New York, and it is very unique. So I would say it's a good price. But let me know what everyone else thinks. Of course, you can always do the ferry for $275. Yeah, Finland does have good deals for ferries. I love Finland. They're very great when it comes to boats and ferries. Bless the guy. He's doing his best. Yeah, indeed. He is doing his best. I'm glad he's making an effort even with broken mics. Is liquor or beer allowed? No. You can't bring your own, but you can buy some downstairs. There's a little bar downstairs which you can buy, and it is open right now. So many places in the pandemic, they're now opening like a little store, little bar in the boats, but this one has. And you're in open air, so I think you're fairly safe when it comes to the pandemic. Donald says for New York, I think it's a good price. Yeah, you know, Europe might have some good deals, but things in New York are a little bit more expensive than Europe, including tourist attractions. And this boat ride could easily be $100, I think. And I think it might be in some other companies. So it is a fairly good deal. I've taken the Hudson line to visit your sister. It's a pleasant ride, says Susie. Yeah, it is. And does it finish where it started? I think it does. You know, I like researching a lot of history. And I like researching a lot of architecture and urban planning. But sometimes I will research like the routes or the details of a trip. So please forgive me for not knowing the exact details of the trip. I kind of just saw a ticket. They gave me a ticket. I was like, "Ooh, nice. Let me hop on." But feel free to ask me questions about New York City. Looks as if the buildings were on the Venetian canals. It does. Yeah, right there we have the Staten Island Ferry. Kathy also thinks it's a good deal for 3 hours. Yep. Oh, and we see the Statue of Liberty right there. Look at that. Ava, yeah, we did pass the Governor's Island Ferry stop. And Abdelazim, and also for Great Wanderer, yes, this is the Freedom Tower, 1,776 feet tall. They made it that number very specifically because that is the day, the year that the U.S. declared independence from the Royal Crown of Britain. I've been to Governor's Island. I have. I've done a few videos on Governor's Island. You can see them on Facebook. 4K says it's an esoteric number. Not quite an esoteric number. It's a pretty very common number that people know. At least here in America, if you study American history. Teddy, this cruise, not a ferry, it's a cruise. It starts at Pier 36 in the Lower East Side. Right there we have the Museum of Jewish Heritage. I actually never been there, but it's really cool architecture. So let me know if anyone wants to see a video there at some point. Do I feel okay with the spacing of people around me? I feel fairly okay with the spacing around me. Yeah, people are wearing their masks. I feel okay. It is open air. There's a breeze. I feel good. Ava, you say the Jewish Heritage Museum is a very nice place to visit. Oh, cool. Good to know. Battery Park City, yep. Wallstan says my cinematography skills are superb. Ooh, I'm glad you like my cinematography skills. Thank you. That really means a lot. I'm first and foremost a filmmaker, so that really means a lot. Patricia, oh no, Persila de Brasil, bienvenidos. Hey Janice, welcome. Right here we have Jersey City, and we're gonna see Hoboken soon. Am I using Verizon? Yes, I am. Joe, great question. Will you ever do a film about the life of an urban explorer? I haven't really met that many other urban explorers. I met YouTubers that make videos about cities, but I haven't met like a legit urban explorer yet. If anyone knows, anyone I should reach out to, do let me know. So yes, now we are on the Hudson River. That is correct. We're in the Hudson. That's the ferry stop for the New Jersey Waterway ferry, or NY Waterway, though it goes to New Jersey. Do I have 5G? No, I do not. I just use 4G, and right now I think 5G would not work on the Hudson anyway. Hey Irene, I'm so glad you're watching again. Thank you so much. Hope all is well with your family in Chile. Vic, you can ask me questions directly, Vic. I'm going up the Hudson. We're going up the Hudson to see some fall foliage. You don't know what foliage means? It basically means how the leaves are turning. Warm greetings from Haiti, says Dadalala, welcome. Is there a lot of people in Manhattan? Yes, there is. Manhattan is now becoming normal, basically. There's a lot more tourists coming from many parts of America also, so yeah, it's returning back to normal. Kylie, you wish you were on this boat. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful ride. Yeah, sure. That can be. Sure thing. I'll show you Jersey City. Right here is Jersey City. Where in the Hudson I'm going, I don't exactly know. But we're going up the Hudson to see some leaves. Yep. Up the Hudson to see some leaves. And then we're going back. Vic, $60. So Jersey City, which I visited a few weeks ago. And then beyond that is Hoboken. I'm so glad you're enjoying my live streaming. Dadalala. Felicia, Hoboken too. Will do once we pass by. Oh, we're already passing by. Is it cold up top? No, it's pretty warm. If I were on land, I wouldn't need a cardigan, a sweater. But since I'm on the boat and it's a bit breezy, the sweater does feel nice, but it's not cold by no means. Here is the vent for the Lincoln Tunnel, or the Holland Tunnel. I hope there are good colors. Me too. Me too. I do hope they're good colors. Molino, I do a 2-hour walking tour of Manhattan. Molino, I've done far more than 2 hours. Look at my previous videos. So many videos about Manhattan. Check them out. So you're going to pass Manhattan Island. Yes, we're going up the entire length of Manhattan. That tree had the most colors we've seen so far right by the vent. Yeah. Hopefully once we pass Manhattan Island, we'll see. Hello, Veronica. Bernal says 282 people watching. Ooh, amazing. Jenga building. Yep, the Jenga building. We passed it. Okay, here it is. That's the Jenga building. Right behind it we have 33 Thomas Street, the AT&T Long Lines building. No windows. Hey Judith, nice to see you here. How many people in Jersey City? Great question. Jersey City is not that big of a city in terms of population. I think it's around 400,000 if I recall correctly. It might be a little bit less than that. Somewhere along those lines. Akemi! Ooh, thank you so much, Akemi. Akemi! Peace sign for you. Thank you so much for your super chat. $4.99. Since Liberty Cruise complimented this trip, he partly sponsored the next video on Wednesday. Thank you. Jackie says, come to Vermont for fall foliage. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I think that is the top place in the U.S. for fall foliage. Kieran, you say, I should stay inside. This is so dangerous. I disagree. I feel safe. Judith, hello. Hello, Sally. I'm still here, Sally. Right there, we see the Highline. We see the Standard Hotel. The building that looks like a gigantic air conditioner is the Whitney Museum, designed by Renzo Piano. It's a very beautiful air conditioner. Right here we have the Empire State Building. Right behind it we have One Vanderbilt, which is looking a bit short. I'm a bit disappointed by One Vanderbilt. I thought it was going to be gigantic. But it's looking a little bit small compared to the Empire State Building. Kieran, indeed I am wearing a mask. Indeed I am. Luke, hello. The Whitney looks so tiny. Yeah, it's like a little tiny air conditioner right there in the distance. Here's the new park that's being built. It's like a very man-made hilly park, kind of imitating the pylons you see on the old docks. Here's the old Chelsea Piers. This is where the Titanic was supposed to land. No tour guide? Yeah, there's a tour guide talking Tosio. But we can't hear him. It's too low. We can't hear him at all. So these slanted buildings, I don't know. They are definitely residential condominiums built along the High Line. I don't know who the architect is, but right next to there we have a Frank Gehry building. It's the IAC building, and it kind of looks like an iceberg. And this is where the Titanic was supposed to land. And here we see all the beautiful architecture along the High Line, many famous architects, including Zaha Hadid. We also have Renzo Piano, as I mentioned earlier, Frank Gehry, many others. Bernard says, hey, don't show my yacht. Oh, Bernard, is that your yacht? Oh, sorry. I'll keep it private. Bernard. So here we're seeing Hudson Yards. Jackie says there's Ariel's yacht. I think there's a misconception popping around that everyone thinks I'm a secret billionaire making live videos. Maybe I am. We'll pass the Intrepid. Yes, you're going to see the Intrepid. Very, very soon. I'll point it out. Right here at the Hudson Yards, we have 30 Hudson Yards. That's the one with the slant on top. And the huge observation deck jutting out 99 floors above ground level. We have the Frying Pan, which is like a boat restaurant here in Chelsea. Am I not required to wear any floating device? No. The Hudson might be a little bit rough, but it ain't that rough. We're not passing through the high seas of the Atlantic. Here's another harbor line. This one I think it's called Harbor Lines. Yeah, classic harbor lines. This is another tour. This one's a bit more expensive. The one that I'm pointing the camera to. And right here we see the vessel. $200 million for a stairway to nowhere. But it's a very unique stairway to nowhere because you got good views. Ooh, here it says Hudson River Community Sailing. I'm being told New York is somewhat vacant. That's not my experience personally. I'm seeing New York lively again. I hope the Edge reopens for the first year anniversary so I can go and visit. The Edge is already open. I did a video of it 2 weeks ago. Really cool place. Molino, I would disagree with what's being said in the news. I'll keep at that. I won't discuss anymore. The vessel will be blocked by more buildings. Yes, it will. So this is probably the only time you'll see 2 years, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 years, depending on how fast construction picks up again. You won't see the vessel from this angle anymore. The entire section of this is being called West Hudson Yards, and it's going to be developed with much taller skyscrapers. Hey Diana, my son and his girlfriend were there last week and they said New York was great and alive. Yes, exactly. Hey Ken, you're playing Billy Joel as a background. Oh, very cool. Here's another yacht. This is called the Calypso. This is called the Calypso, just like the yacht that John Lennon took with his son Sean Lennon to Bermuda. Oh, who knows? It could be the same one. The Amazon shawarma looks well, yeah, indeed. Or the Lululemon funnel. And here it is. A lot of people really want to see the Intrepid. I hope it reopens. I'm not entirely sure if it's open again. If it is, I'll consider doing another video in there, even though there's no service inside the actual vessel because it's pure iron and steel. But I might be able to do it from the top. And this is the Intrepid, which functions as a Air Force / Navy museum. Also has the space shuttle and also has the original Concorde right next to it. Jackie, I'm right where Sully landed. Yes, right now we're right where Sully landed. Boom, look at that. That's how big the city is. Hello from Bulgaria. Welcome, Edison. There we see the H&M building, which is the building in Times Square. It's Pier 88. This is where Sully landed. The plane that was taken down by a rabid flock of geese. One of the most dangerous things that you can encounter in this world is a flock of geese if you're an airplane. And right there we see Central Park Tower, which does look very beautiful. Central Park Tower is nice. The one right next to it as well, Steinway Tower. Oh. They're starting to get a little bit more style, these super skinny skyscrapers. And right here we have Bergdorf Engel's only building in New York City. It's meant to look like a sailboat from this perspective. If you get up close to it, you can't really tell. But from this perspective, it's meant to look like a sailboat. And it's Bergdorf Engel's only building here. He's a famous Danish architect. And his next building is not going to be something like this. It's going to be something that's going to be this tall. It's going to be the tallest building in all the Western Hemisphere. It's going to be right here around Hudson Yards, called the Spiral. And it's going to also be built by Bergdorf Engels. Sound says Trump Tower's in that cluster somewhere. Yep, I have no idea where it is. Calypso was Jacques Cousteau's boat. Ah, the famous mariner. Interesting. Cool story. Thank you for the fun fact. Oh, the Spiral. Gotta Google that one. They wanted to make it the tallest building, though in New York City sometimes things do change. So they might plan to make it very tall, and due to factors in the land or economic factors, that might change. So who knows if it actually does get that tall. When did buildings with glass exteriors come into being? Right around when international style started taking over the cities. The better steel got, the better they were able to build glass buildings. So windows were already starting to get pretty big with the first skyscrapers like the Flatiron back in 1902. But by the time of the 1950s and 60s, after World War II, that's when we started seeing much larger windows. And by the 1960s and 70s, you had this type of building, which was mostly glassy skyscrapers, which we call international style. So yeah, so you can see kind of the progression here. Here we have things that are probably 50s, 60s, somewhere around there. Maybe they built a little bit later. And here we have stuff that is much newer. This is 80, this is 90s. No, this is 2000s right here. All these 2000s. Hey, Kylie, thank you so much for the super chat. You sponsored a part of the next video I do, wherever that might be, but somewhere in New York or upstate New York. Thank you so much for that $9.99. Flatiron should be the tallest triangular building in New York. Yes. Molino, what is my occupation? I am a filmmaker and storyteller. I do videos on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok, and we see flock of geese. The perpetrators of the Sully incident. And I also am a freelance filmmaker. I make videos, commercials, and social media content for other companies. What is the temperature in New York right now? 78 degrees Fahrenheit. No, this is not Central Park. Central Park would be in the middle of Manhattan Island, in the center of Manhattan. This is Riverside Park. And Riverside Park is huge. Have you made any videos from small airplanes? I made one Facebook Live video departing from Madrid, and it was really fun. You could. I didn't post it on Urbanist. I was posted on my own page. So no, not yet. No plane videos yet, but maybe one day soon. Judith, am I still considering to go to Cold Spring? Yes, it's on top of my list. So, thank you for the recommendation. Edmonton has a Flatiron building also, yeah, around the same time. It became a popular building structure. I would love to see Urbanist do a video of Japan. Yeah, someone asked me earlier, haven't been to Asia yet. No, not yet. I would love to go to Japan. I wish I can go to Hong Kong. There's many issues in Hong Kong, unfortunately. Japan, Singapore, and Australia, which is not Asia, but it's in the Pacific. I would go there as well. Right here we see the monument that I covered in Riverside Park about a month ago. Do I own the drone that I use to make videos? Yes, I still have that drone. Flying in New York City is illegal, and Manhattan specifically is illegal. So I haven't had too much opportunities to fly drones here in New York. Maybe if I take a trip upstate, maybe I can do something cool there. Bodhi just sponsored the next Cronut and coffee. Awesome. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I would definitely be showing a Cronut or a coffee soon. Stay tuned. When I go to Delaware beaches, I don't really cover beaches. I'm mostly about cities or very historical landmarks. So probably not. Though I might do some naturey things in the future just to do something interesting. Taro, the airplane accident was bad. Yes, I have made light of the airplane accident, but yes, it was a very serious affair, very serious accident, and Sully is a hero, so yeah, wonderful guy. He really deserves to have been played by another American hero, Tom Hanks. Twinkle, do I have interest to Singapore? 100%. It's definitely on top of my list. In Asia. Japan, Singapore. I would love to go to Kuala Lumpur. And also the capital of Indonesia as well. Bev, how do we sponsor you? You can go to patreon.com/urbanist. It was the best way. You can also become a Facebook supporter if you like, though patreon.com is the best because I get the most. So I'll put this one time. PayPal.me/Ariel Vieira if you enjoyed this one time, or patreon.com/urbanist. Right there. That's the best way to sponsor me, and with more sponsors, more patrons, more contributions, I'm able to show you different places around the world, give you an urbanist experience in these cities if you enjoy this type of experience, which I think is rather unique in the world. Am I doing anything for Oktoberfest? There's not much Oktoberfest festivities here in New York. You know, we don't, while there might be German history here, it has kind of faded away, and there's not that much Oktoberfest type of things happening here. There's a lot of history in the Philippines as well. Yeah, I would love to go to Manila specifically. I do know that there's a lot of cool things over there. Kumusta ka, William? Marguerite. Ooh, cool, Marguerite. Thank you, Marguerite just sponsored the next video. Thank you. Joined in. Judith, you sent an insightful PayPal for the video yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. Judith, I really do appreciate the PayPal. Thank you. Hello, George from Coventry. Nice to see you here. Oh, here we see the tallest Christian structure in all of the United States. This is Riverside Church, built by the Rockefellers, both father and son. Cynthia, thank you so much. I appreciate it. $4.99. Thank you for the cruise. My pleasure. Jack, I've done videos in Finland. I've done Helsinki before and Tallinn, which I know they're not Scandinavia, they're Nordic countries. So I've done Nordic countries. I haven't done Sweden or Norway yet, but I really do want to go at some point. So here is Riverside Church. Interdenominational church, a combination of Episcopal and Baptist, and it was built by the Rockefellers. It has one of the largest sets of Carolean bells in the world. I did an entire video about its deep history, really cool stuff. And all of this that we're seeing in front of it is Riverside Park, which extends north-south for nearly 50 blocks. Right next to it, we see Grant's Tomb peeking out. But I always ask this question. I think it's always a must every time I pass through Grant's Tomb. Who's buried in Grant's Tomb? Let me know in the comments. Who's buried in Grant's Tomb? Susie, are we still looking at Manhattan? Yes, we're still looking at the island of Manhattan, 13.4 miles long. Bartalin, welcome. K-Jack, thank you so much for answering my question. My pleasure, K-Jack. Thank you so much for asking. Who is buried in Grant's tomb? Astoria says it's Grant. All right. Seth says not Grant. All right. Okay. Nobody. We'll wait for a few more answers, and then I'll reveal the big reveal. Cary Grant is buried in Grant's tomb. Not Ulysses S. Grant, the president, but the actor Cary Grant, says Jackie. Akemi says no one. And would love to see the inside of the church. Me too. I've tried so many times to get inside. It's so hard. It's always closed. Riverside Church. Yeah, I'm feeling the vibrations here. So, who's buried in Grant's tomb? No one. Grant is entombed in Grant's tomb. There's nothing buried there. He's above ground. So it's a little bit of a riddle. So no one's buried in Grant's tomb. He's entombed in Grant's tomb. And it's not just semantics, it's because he's actually not buried, it's above ground. And Grant's wife is also there, yeah. She's entombed also there. Hey, Laura and Richard, have a happy wedding here in New York City. Thank you, Liam, for super chatting. So to Laura and Richard getting married in Central Park, have a happy wedding. I hope you enjoy it from beautiful New York. I'm seeing you, I'm waving to you from the other side. Everyone give a big heart, round of hearts for Laura and Richard. Bernal, you recommend I go to Lucas, Kansas, where the Garden of Eden is located. Is it the actual Garden of Eden? You say it's a artist location. Interesting. And what's the city that surprised you the most of all the cities I've visited? Great question. I would say two different cities. One of them is Helsinki. I was actually astonished by how gorgeous it is. So much history, so much architecture there. The people are wonderful, and the food was actually amazing. I think people don't talk nearly as much about food from.
I'm sorry that there's no microphone.
Oh no worries at all. Yeah, that sucks. It broke. Yeah. Oh.
On the New Jersey side here is Fort Lee, New Jersey.
So the tour guide was apologizing for the lack of microphone. It sucks, yeah, that people can't hear him. I don't mind, of course, because I already know about New York, and for the sake of the video, sometimes it's even better that I talk to you guys directly. But if you pay for it, it kind of sucks that the mic's broke. That sucks. Jackie, yeah, they don't guarantee if you see fall foliage. No, of course not. Fall foliage, it only lasts about like 2 weeks in its peak. I decided to go as soon as possible. I just wanted to see the Hudson and show you the Hudson, to live life in the moment. But I think we'll see a little bit of changing colors. The tour guide in the boat is a real New Yorker. Yes, he is a real New Yorker. He has that accent that you might hear from like Bernie Sanders or the old school actors from New York, like Robert De Niro. Yeah, real New Yorker. Jackie says demand a refund. It's okay. I'm okay with it. Whale watching trips. That's something I really wanted to do. I wish I had more time in Boston to do a whale watching trip. Jackie? Hopefully the vessel won't sink. But are you a strong swimmer? Says poor Brew. I will be 100% honest. I don't know how to swim. I love boats. I love ferries. I don't know how to swim. Also, the other city, Helsinki really surprised me. The other city that surprised me is very recent, Boston. I actually did not think Boston would be too interesting, aside from the 2 or 3 sites on the Freedom Trail. I did not realize how gorgeous of a city it would be, and how great food there was in Boston. I did not expect that. I had a very different experience 15 years ago when I was as a teenager. But this time around, I just am blown away by the food of Boston, the walkability, the beautiful vibes of Boston. I absolutely loved it. What other Canadian and European cities would you like to visit? Says Dwayne. When it comes to Canada, there's Toronto. I would love to go to Toronto maybe for a few days. I've done already Montreal, beautiful city. Really cool history to it. I would like to do Vancouver at least once. It's also like the Hollywood of Canada. Basically, that's it. It'll be maybe a little bit interesting going to like Nova Scotia and seeing the very early Viking ruins. Or maybe the Bay of Fundy would be really interesting as well. Otherwise, in Europe, there's many other places. All of UK, all of Ireland. I would do a huge road trip in those 2 countries. I would do a huge road trip also in France and in Italy and Germany, actually. So all those 4 countries, 5 countries, I would do a huge road trip and go to all the tiny little cities and all the different smaller places. Otherwise, when it comes to other major sites, I would go to Istanbul. 100%. I think that would probably be one of the best places to do live streaming. Really cool atmosphere, really awesome history, really beautiful architecture, great food as well, and really interesting people. I would do Croatia, Dubrovnik. I would love to do all around Europe, so basically everywhere. I also love to go Oslo and Stockholm. Judith? Oh yeah, Amsterdam? Amsterdam, I'm there. 100% Amsterdam. 100%. Judith, I'm already starting to research Amsterdam. So thank you for reminding me. But I'm already researching deeply in Amsterdam. Thankfully to an amazing YouTube channel called Not Just Bikes. So let me know, what city will you like me to show you on Urbanist? You already know what the show is about. If you're new here, basically what the show is about is that we explore cities rather loosely, but a lot of history and architecture and urban planning involved. And it's mostly live videos. And we eat food and wander around. So let me know what city you would like to see done here on Urbanist. Here's the George Washington Bridge, built by the master builder, Robert Moses, the man who carved New York City, sliced it into a dozen pieces to build roadways and make the city into a car haven. And he hired Swiss engineer and architect Otmar Amann in order to build all of his major bridge projects, including the Triborough Bridge, the Whitestone, and the Frog's Neck. Krill Kirill, you say New Haven. A lot of people are recommending New Haven. Let me know what's interesting about New Haven. What should be worth watching? Here we see the little red lighthouse. I need to come to Liverpool, 100% Bev. Can't wait to go Penny Lane. I don't think this goes up further up the Hudson. I thought it did. I was a bit deceived by the photo, but that's okay. It's a beautiful view nonetheless. So let's embrace these views. So it doesn't quite go all the way up the Hudson. I thought it did. No fall foliage today, just green. We're right by the George Washington Bridge, which is the neighborhood of Washington Heights. And here we see the Palisades. We see two huge high-rises on the Palisades. Palisades is like the huge cliff sides of New Jersey. A lot of people are recommending Vienna. Oh yes, SJ. Lots of cool history in Vienna, especially coffee history. First coffee shop in Europe opened up there, the Blue Bottle. Has a different name in Austrian, but in English it's called Blue Bottle. Which bridge is this, Susan? This is the George Washington Bridge, built by Otmar Hermann Amann. Try saying that 10 times over. This is near Inwood, yes. Inwood is a bit further up, actually. Oh no, we should be around Inwood, yeah. John, I did Terrytown on Facebook. You can see it like 5 months ago. Yeah, I thought we would go more up north. I quite did not expect this. So I apologize for giving anyone false expectations. And I apologize for assuming. I did not really read in depth what the ride was all about. But nonetheless, it is a really cool ride because we're going fairly slowly up the Hudson as opposed to the Circle Line, which is a bit faster. Susan, I've been to Bannerman Island. I've passed by it on train, but I never stepped inside. Yeah, I'm a bit confused. Hisami says seems it'll be shorter than 2.5 hours. I'm a bit confused as well. I thought this was going to be a long boat ride. Not sure. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Thank you for watching Nesty Close Up. Hello, Abilash. Welcome. Best month to visit New York City. Depends. If you want super vibrant New York, Lots of things to do outside. Go during June, July, August, summer. However, if you want New York City a little bit more to yourself, but not be in freezing cold weather, come here in October. October might get a little bit full if there's a lot of European travelers, which usually there are. So September might be actually a little bit better if you want. September or November if you want New York City more to yourself. Okay, yeah, I'm not entirely sure because on the website it definitely said 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I'm not entirely sure what. Not entirely sure. That's why I was reading 2 hours and 45 minutes and seeing the Hudson full foliage and seeing the photos of the Hudson. I thought it was going to go further up. But of course, you know what they say about assuming. I think anyone can complete that in the comments. If you grew up in America, you probably know what I mean by that. What happens if you assume? Feel free to complete that in the comments. Did you go up as far as the closest? Yep, the closest. Right? No, yeah. Closest actually is even further up. Manhattan is long. So closest is a little bit further up the George Washington. In 4K, thank you for completing it on YouTube. Astoria, thank you for completing it. Now someone has to do it on Facebook. Jackie, thank you for completing it. It's a little like proverb in America. I'm not sure if European countries say it or other English-speaking countries. Felix Unger said that in The Odd Couple, says Astoria. Yeah. Oh, interesting. It's a quote from a movie then. Joshua says, I threw in stars for a great trip. Thank you so much, Joshua. I do appreciate it. So at least we're going to see more of the New York Harbor. So enjoy the returning views of the New York Harbor. William says that's an old Benny Hill. Benny Hill as well, the comedian. Interesting. He also made that joke. Interesting. Janice just became a patron. Thank you so much, Janice. I appreciate it. Yay. Thank you so much for becoming a patron. I appreciate it. And I love boats. So cool. Let me know if you love boats too. It was $60 for the tour. They complimented me this ticket. Full disclosure, it's not sponsored by them, but they did give me a free ticket for two. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring a friend, but really cool of them. So thank you. Janice says, this is the 3rd anniversary of your Cloisters video. You're right. I did visit Cloisters 2 years ago around this time. You're right. Hendrik says, well, you brought all of us instead. Yeah, my +1 was plus how many? Let's see. Plus 500, no, almost 600 people. My +1 was 600 people. Both YouTube and Facebook combined. Vic, where's the Statue of Liberty? We're going to see it a little bit later, probably in about 45 minutes around there. Veronica says, would have taken the day off to go with you. Oh, Veronica, I do appreciate that. Are they here for New Jersey or something? We're basically going back the same route. We're just gonna be a little bit closer to New Jersey the way back. Boat trips are usually a romantic thing to do. They are indeed. They are indeed. Wait, what's happening? All right, everyone. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. We're going back. I don't know what's happening. So we are turning back up. Maybe we do go up the Hudson. I wonder why we took this little detour. What was it for? Yeah, what is going on? Oh yeah, I'll ask the tour guide. I'm very curious. If anyone, yeah, we're turning around. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Maybe it was to make way for this boat. I'm not sure. So if anyone knows, is very good with their boat knowledge. You know, one day I just got to do a video with like a captain. Hey, why did we do the turnaround?
This is another exciting moment.
Oh, so for us to take more photos.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. And do we go further up the Hudson, or is
Yes,
it?
we're going to go up to the Harlem River, Spite and Dival, and go through the Harlem River and then down east.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, that's very cool.
Where are you from?
I'm from here, New York City. Yeah, Queens. It's beautiful seeing the Palisades from this angle. Yeah.
Sure is. You know who Man Ray, the artist, was?
Monroe?
Surrealist artist, Man Ray.
No.
He was an 20th century surrealist. His autobiography talked about at the beginning of the 20th century, he was young, thinking of to be an artist, and there were apple orchards in Fort Lee. It was filled with apple orchards.
Yeah.
And you could live in the apple pickers' cottages for next to nothing in the off-season.
Oh,
They
fascinating.
had these like sort of primitive cottages because the apple pickers would come and that's where they had to live.
Yeah.
And he and a bunch of other artists lived there, and there was this wooden staircase that came down the hill and it took a ferry into Manhattan.
Oh, interesting. And they came down here. Did they ever paint this this landscape?
No, they were, at the beginning of the 20th century, they were more interested in like,
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, wow. So he was saying that a famous painter by the last name of Monroe, surrealist painter, lived right here along with a lot of other painters because the cottages were really inexpensive and they had a wooden staircase that would go down. They were able to paint things about New York City, but apparently they never painted this landscape right over here. If anyone can let us know, who is Monroe? Let us know. The site says 22 people are looking at this cruise right now, says Jackie. Oh, indeed, in the website. Yeah, I think that's something they do on the website. Lieutenant, you are watching the wrong show if you want no narration. I would recommend going to another different channel, many other channels where you can enjoy silent views. It was a surrealist painter, so it wasn't Marilyn. Someone else. Cool looking sky, yeah. And it might be told Gerald Monroe. Gerald Monroe, thank you for letting us know. Never heard of him either. Ooh, here we're getting close. Ooh, this is really cool. I'm gonna stand up for this. It's really awesome. Wow, look at that. So here we're seeing the mighty Palisades. And yes, we're going all the way up to the Harlem River. So thankfully we are indeed going up the Hudson. I was a bit confused. My mistake. You caught me in a whirlwind of assumptions. $4K, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, no worries. Hello from Russia. Please let me know how to say your name. Thank you so much for saying it. Oh, look at this. Whoa. It looks like the bridge design in Bristol. You're right. I would assume Otmar and Armand did influence the bridge builders in 1960s England, because there's many bridges in England that have this similar type of aesthetic to them. Or it might have been vice versa. I'm not entirely sure. But I think the Bristol one is actually my predates Armand's work in New York, maybe. I've ever walked across the George Washington. I don't think there's any walkway in the George Washington. Yeah, there's no walkway here. I hope to be very good at Flocker. Look at that. Okay, everyone, this is a perfect thumbnail opportunity. There. Was that a good thumbnail? Was that a good thumbnail? Oh, Action Kid crossed with his bike? Oh, interesting, okay. Interesting sound of the cities. Thank you for letting us know, and Julio as well. Do you know the story about the American entrepreneur who wanted to buy the London Bridge? Ah, yes, I heard about that. I don't know the full story. Maybe one day when I go back to London soon, I will be telling that story. That's interesting. Thank you, everyone. I was under the impression that there was no walkway in the George Washington Bridge, so thank you for letting me know. The Metro North. Oh, so cool. This goes up the Hudson. Deanna says, great thumbnail. Only thing is missing is me. Love when you do thumbnail pics, says Lorraine. Oh, I'm glad you do, Lorraine. I love making them. Thanks for inviting me my idea. My pleasure, Dwayne. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. I dream to visit America. So I hope you get to visit America. I think you will in the near future. I have a feeling travel is it's going to be a little bit difficult for maybe a few years, but I have a feeling suddenly it's going to get much easier. Something's going to happen in the world of air travel that's going to make it extremely easy and very affordable. What do I think of 432 Park Avenue? I don't know why I don't like it. It's skinny, it's plain, nothing, doesn't speak too much. It's not done for much aesthetic purposes. It's mostly done to maximize real estate. So I don't think too much about it, to be honest. I'm a bit indifferent to it. It's neither interesting nor ugly, in my opinion. Though I am very happy to see the newer high-end residential buildings like Steinway Tower and Central Park Tower be much more aesthetically pleasing. Look at those mansions. Oh, what mansion is this? Let me know in the comments. Wow, so cool, these cliff sides. I'm so glad we managed to go up the Hudson. Tim says, I am 34, never met a girlfriend. Is that weird? No, not at all, Tim. People come here from all walks of life. You do you, man. If you want it, it will come to you at some point. In more ways than one. This is a really cool view. Julio, I really enjoyed yesterday's philosophical video. I'm so glad. You will be seeing those once a month. So I will be doing it again in November. So not so fall, but we are seeing some free fall foliage. Some trees are changing. Where's West Point? Further up the Hudson, Wallston, further up. It is, I think, closer to Sleepy Hollow, so it might be like about 30 more minutes up the Hudson. Never play nice, never. And is it good? Because it's good because green is a very positive color. I agree, Regina. Right, you're right. Green is a positive color. Are there Dutch elms? I don't know. Oh, so the cloisters. Okay, sorry for the quick camera panning, but that's the cloisters right over there. The waters are calm here. Zolst, hello. Judith, I appreciate it. Ariel, have you heard of the Tree app? No, I haven't. I will check it out. So it's something that helps you reduce carbon footprint. That's all awesome. So this is the Henry Hudson Bridge. Thank you for letting us know, Janice. So we are passing by, we saw the cloisters earlier, right there, that castle. And what is this? If someone could let me know what is that? So interesting. Wow. Aid, I'm not entirely sure. Everyone, if you enjoyed this video, press that like button. More likes, the more videos I can make. I wish you would get your tour of Vatican with Pope Francis. I don't know, I have a feeling it might happen at some point. I have a feeling. Wendy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. That's Wave Hill. Is that Wave Hill? Gorgeous, gorgeous set of buildings. Thank you so much, Judith, for spreading the word. Todd, my pleasure, man. We're passing by the Bronx. Oh, the beautiful Bronx. Oh, it's so cool. Look at that. And the city, we still see the city skyline from this distance. That is so impressive. We're up the Hudson right now, passing adjacent to New Jersey, well, upper New Jersey. I think we're already finishing New Jersey and the Bronx. Where's Arthur Avenue? I think it's a bit further in the Bronx. Do World Trade Center. I've done it before and I absolutely loved it. So I might be going again if anyone's interested in doing. You know what? Still with COVID, I'm not comfortable actually doing World Trade Center since it's all indoors. So no, not yet. Once things get better at COVID, I'm still uncomfortable with staying indoors in a small place for more than 10 or 20 minutes. So no, I won't be doing it. I just ended up realizing. But you can see my video about the Empire State Building and the Edge, and you'll see the views from there. Right near Riverdale. Now we're gonna get close to Riverdale. Yes, we're passing Riverdale now soon. This should be what we're looking at. Judith, thank you so much for volunteering, and I know you've been supporting for quite a while, and you've been lending your modding services to my friend Action Kid and Watershade, Mary Jane. So welcome to Judith and 4K Wanderer for the new mods on YouTube. It's the audiences sometimes get very big, so I appreciate everyone for keeping the comments positive and happy, and don't respond to any negative comments. Just ignore them. How far am I going up? I'm not entirely sure. He said the Harlem River, so I think the Harlem River. Wow. Someone left a $5 super chat. Nicole, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. You sponsored next week's video on Wednesday, so I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you so much. Can you eat on this tour? Yes, I can. So, who wants to give a quick peek downstairs? Let me know. If you want to see a quick peek downstairs, I can show you the underside of the boat, and I'll show you. We're gonna turn back around anyway, so we're not gonna miss too much. Let me know. Who wants to go downstairs? to the dungeon of the boat. No, I'm just joking. There's no dungeon. It's just the first floor. All right, people are asking for a first floor. All right, this is where I was sitting. My bag is okay there. Don't need to worry about it. Hey, just looking. Yeah.
No, if you would like something,
Oh, thank you.
let me know.
Okay, awesome. Wonderful, thank you. There's bathrooms over here. Bathrooms over here, 2 of them. Right here. And let me show you the front. Let's go to the front. Oh, very cool. Captain. So cool. Whoa. What is this? Hey, no worries. Thank you. I appreciate the thought. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I already have a little snack in my bag, so I'd rather eat that. But I appreciate it. So everyone, I'm the king of the world. Let me know where that line is from. Ask the captain if he wants a beer. He might want a beer. It's been rough seas today. I'm gonna go back up for my snack. I'm actually a little bit hungry. I can, Julio. Yes, I'm just waiting for the people to get off. Do they sell espresso? No, Todd. Not quite like the boats in some European countries. Does the tour include a snack item? I think my pass does. But I am already using my phone, so I'm not entirely sure how to claim it. But yeah, as far as I know, my pass does. They gave me a Skywalk pass, basically prior to boarding and some food included. So I'm not entirely sure what the details were. Jack could have on that large piece of wood with Rose. Yep, one of the greatest puzzles of cinema history. Have you ever played the game Where's Carmen Sandiego? I have. Rich says get a kava. Ooh, yeah, kava would be nice. So I don't know the Bronx too well, especially on this side. So if anyone sees anything interesting, do let us know in the comments. Aid says, don't get me started on the piece of wood with Rose. Uh-oh, we're turning now. All right. Oh, look at this. I used to love the game show Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Where's Waldo is also a great game on the books. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much for tuning in. Can you eat here? Yes, yes, you can. You can eat on the boat. Some people, are partaking in food. And James Cameron did shout out, "I'm the king of the world" when he won the Oscar. He did. One of my heroes. Very brave of him also to shout, "I'm the king of the world." Jackie says I can shout that when I win the Oscar. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. I might have my own line. I may just shout whenever I win that Best Director Oscar for directing The Black Hand. I might shout out, "Keep being awesome." More different colors. Here, the colors are getting a little bit more vivid. Yeah. Ariel, if I have my payment system working, I'll pay you to walk down the boat singing, "What do we do with the drunken sailor?" Those trees look fantastic. They do. Now we need a little color. Yes. All right, everyone. Let's add a little bit of color over here. Boom. There we go. If we can't get natural color, we'll get some right here. Then maybe this is a little bit better. I don't think this won't. No. This is like a black and white movie. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Color, everyone. We'll stick with natural lighting. Yeah. Okay, it's getting windy. I know many Americans do go to Vermont in October, especially people who live in this area, New England / the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah, I haven't been personally. I've been upstate New York during the fall, and it's pretty breathtaking. I've been to Bear Mountain, and I might be doing a trip to Cold Spring and also Sleepy Hollow these upcoming weeks. So let me know what you would like to see in upstate New York that's accessible via the Metro North. Are there communities in that island? So this is not an island. This is continental U.S. So this is part of the continent. This is New Jersey. It should be New Jersey, I think, for a little while, and then it ends up becoming New York State. And it's... So yeah, it's not an island. Do people live here? I think people live, but you might need to go behind it to see more living. It's pretty... I think this is a national park, if I'm correct. Might either be state or national, so if anyone can let me know for sure. This is the Palisades Park. Now here is the Bronx, also part of the continental U.S. It's not an island, unlike Manhattan or Brooklyn, Queens. And a lot of people do live here. This is a very dense area. Tel Aviv would be a great place. Yes, I would love to go to Tel Aviv. I would love to go to Jerusalem. My cool history there. After this happens, it becomes, or now known as the Mario Cuomo Bridge, it becomes the New York State. Thank you for letting us know. So a little bit further up. It would be nice to visit Ichabod's Crane. Okay. All right, everyone. Stay tuned for Sleepy Hollow very soon. Wednesdays and Saturdays, 1 p.m. That's when I do my videos. Today I started a little bit later for the boat ride, but 1 p.m. So a little bit. All right, everyone. I so badly want a super chat. Oh, hey, well, next time, definitely do. You can always do PayPal if you want to. How long is the cruise? 2 hours and 45 minutes. And that sky, oh yeah. Really interesting sky today. Half blue, half white. The clouds just end there. So cool. Look at that. White, blue. You photograph that sky. I only have my phone on me, so you're seeing it via video, so you can take a screenshot if you want to. Always feel free to take screenshots for your own, use. If you need, to reference anything or want to use it for a wallpaper for your phone screen or your laptop, always feel free to take screenshots, as long as you don't sell it and make a t-shirt. Is there a baby on board? Yeah, right behind me. Are you philosophical chats usually on Fridays once a month? Ava, yes. I think I'm gonna, yeah. So next November, you'll be seeing it on the Friday. And I'll announce it ahead of time. But yeah, the philosophical chats are once a month. Because they're not strictly related to what I do on Urbanist, so it's just a bonus. And the next one will be in November. Oh, Friday in November. Gail says, vlog DC before it becomes a state. I really do want to go to DC. The talk is ticking. Or the clock is ticking, The clock is ticking. Zol, no, I don't. I don't watch horror movies. Aid, what do you think would have happened if COVID didn't happen? Well, it would be pretty full. Who knows? You can speculate on a lot of things. I think it's nice. I think there has been more awareness in many parts of the travel industry. I'll speak with travel. It's very sad to see 200,000 people pass away here in America, but when it comes to travel, it has brought more awareness to travel. How we need to embrace more of our local places, our local cities. I see New Yorkers on this boat. I see almost everyone here is a New Yorker. Maybe some people are from Connecticut or New Jersey. And it's nice to see locals explore their own city for once. It's also nice to see that planes, they could be a lot better. So a lot of silver linings have come from this pandemic. Of course, it is important to acknowledge the tragedy that many people have experienced or know people who have experienced. It's like God put a ruler between the gray and white sky. Yeah, it's very interesting cloud formation today. I do more food videos with Action Kid. Maybe I might want to do the head in Chinatown with Action Kid. Let me know if anyone's interested in that. not so much. Not so much. I think he said all that he needed to say. I mean, there's always a lot of history here, but we're mostly looking at nature things right now. Ava, Judith, and Janice says, you like my videos with Action Kid? Awesome. All right, it's getting cold. Oof. Whoa. It's getting very cold. I'm gonna put the camera down for a few seconds, everyone. Bear with me. I just gotta put my jacket on and put on my buttons. So cold. Need a hat too, yeah. I only have this cardigan. Get some coffee. Oh, I'm gonna need some coffee soon. I didn't think it was gonna get this cold. It's supposed to be 78 degrees Fahrenheit. This feels way colder. I'm getting a blow wave. Yeah, I'm gonna get a very nice windswept hair. All right, everyone. I'm gonna bite into my snack. What do I have in here? Let me know your guesses, everyone. What do I have in here? A bagel. Oh, that's what aid. I'm using a Rode wireless mic, and you can find it on the link down below in the description for this video. Bagels. Cronut. Ooh, Manolito. I wish I had a cronut. That I wish I did. I have a little mic on a little dead cat on my mic. Looks like an empanada. No. I wish it was an empanada, actually. I could use for something savory. I had to grab something quick. Oh no. So I got a cookie from Cafe Grumpy. Melted ice cream. Rich, that would be very inconvenient. Alright, so I'm very far away. The family left, so I'm pretty far away. I'm gonna remove my mask for a little bit and eat this cookie. So don't mind me. Really great cookie. Wow. It's on chocolate chip. Wow. With some salt on it. Ooh. Really good. How were my burgers last night? They were amazing. I got my burgers from Pat LaFredo, which is the same burger company that provides the meat to Shake Shack, and they always provide the meats to major restaurants in New York, including I think including Peter Luger's and a few other major restaurants. So I really enjoyed it. Aid, what's my coffee order? I usually go for a Americano. I love my Americanos. I love them short, not too much water. In Italy, it would be called a caffè lungo. In Australia or other English-speaking countries like England, it would be called the short black. That's what I like. Or if it's hot, very hot weather, I would go for a brew. which is coffee steeped in water steeped in coffee, but it's not heated. It's cold, strictly. So let me know, what's your coffee order? And yeah, it was too cold for the baby. I think it was. He wasn't a baby. I think he was a toddler, maybe like 1 or 2 years, probably 2 years old. I think it was a little bit too cold for him, so he had to go downstairs, a little bit more warmer. Todd, yeah. Black, no sugar. I started drinking black coffee about 7 years ago. Never looked back. And I stopped drinking it with sugar shortly right after taking away milk. But when I initially started drinking coffee, which was my college years, I would drink venti caramel macchiato with extra caramel on my Starbucks order, because I would go to Starbucks because it would be a great place to study late at night when I was studying electrical engineering in college. So yeah, quite a very sugary order. I can't believe I survived fairly normally with all that sugar intake. Last bite. You might need 2 cookies. I think this suffices for me. But I am feeling a very big lunch when I get back ashore. A very, very big lunch. Water, a mess. Judith, I'm actually drinking a lot more tea now. So I feel you. I love tea. I gotta put my camera down again, because I gotta put on my mask. Todd, we are right now in the Palisades, New Jersey, and the Bronx. Or no, actually Manhattan. There's the cloisters. So Judith loves the smell of coffee, but not the taste. Yeah, it makes sense. Coffee does smell really good. The taste is quite, it's an acquired taste. Tea is a little bit easier to acquire the taste for. I now go for hibiscus tea every time I don't had too much coffee. Aid, your phone died and you're back. I'm so glad you're back, Aid. I tried to stay away from those crazy drinks as Bookish Girl from the PSLs from Starbucks. It used to be a tradition of mine that I would get a pumpkin spice latte that first day in October from Starbucks with a pumpkin bread from Starbucks as well. Those days are long over. Now the only pumpkins I eat is a pumpkin soup. Zoom in on the cloisters. Oolong tea, oolong. Oh, I love oolong. The best tea. Earl Grey as well. How far north was So we went as far as the Harlem River in the Bronx. That's the farthest north we have ever gotten. We didn't go beyond the wall because, you know, there's many White Walkers up there. So just Harlem River. But it is worth it because I think you do get a sense of the fall foliage. Ooh, here are the Greek ruins of New York. Oh, I've been meaning to go there. It's so weird. Look at that. It's Greek ruins in the middle of New York. It's Manhattan. Okay, you like the turmeric latte? Me too. I love turmeric lattes. Rachel says, White Walkers, you are super cool. White Walkers are really cool indeed. They give you quite a chill. Us New Yorkers like to call Yonkers beyond the wall. Manolito says, I'm making lattes with Nespresso. Who wants one? All right, Manolito. I'll grab one. Everyone, let Manolito know if you want a nice espresso. Have you tried the Australian drink Milo? Aid, I did. Watch my video of the best avocado toast in New York. It's basically the best Australian places in New York. It's on my YouTube channel, also on Facebook if you're on Facebook. It's the best avocado toast video. And there's some Milo in there, featuring my friend Caitlin, who is an Aussie in New York. Really interesting drink. It tastes much more grainier than a hot chocolate. Almost tastes like if you were to have a warm Italian style hot chocolate, but made cold. It's a really cool drink. I like it. What Greek ruins were you referring to? I don't know what these are called. If anyone can let us know in the comments. But it's these ones right here. They're not actually Greek ruins, but they're meant to look like Greek ruins. Aid, best avocado toast in New York. That should be the name of the video. You'll see a huge avocado toast in the screen, in the thumbnail. I wonder if it's Wave Hill. Maybe. I haven't done too much Bronx. Maybe it's Wave Hill. Is that the Australian restaurant in Queens? Ooh, I didn't cover any Australian restaurants in Queens. Almost all of them were in the Lower East Side and Nolita. How old is the George Washington Bridge? I think the George Washington Bridge dates back to the 50s. If anyone can let us know the exact day. But I think it should be mid-50s. Maybe late 50s. What's that thing on the hill? I don't quite know what is that on the hill. It's not Wave Hill, says Janice. Thank you, Janice. Janice is watching from northern Manhattan, so that's awesome. And here are the high rises. So interesting seeing those high rises in the Palisades. So let's zoom in on the Palisades. Maybe try the best New York style street food in Australia, just to get both sides. Okay, Aid, I will do. You know, I wouldn't doubt that Australians have some New York style foods. I think Aussies have an affinity for New York because I have a lot of Aussie viewers, and I have a lot of Aussie friends here in New York City. A lot of them. I've featured a few of them in my videos. What you are seeing is Fort Lee, New Jersey. Oh, thank you, Adam. Fort Lee. Oh, this is where they trained the soldiers in World War I, the doughboys. Look at that. Will you jet ski in the Hudson this far up? Let me know. Everywhere has New York street food. Yeah, you'll find a lot of pizza and stuff like that. Bagels is a little bit more rare. You have to go to... London had great bagels. I would say one of the best bagels I've ever had in my entire life. No joke, no exaggeration, is in London. It was the bagel, the hot bagel, I think it was called, but they're spelled differently, Beigel. And oh my God, it was a mind-blowing bagel in London on Brick Lane. Oh, Mark. Okay, so I overestimated its age. It's built in the early '60s. What do you think about the Montreal bagels? I love them. I actually featured them in one of my Montreal videos that you can see on Facebook. And I found them so fluffy and soft. More fluffier than the New York bagel, which I really enjoyed. Bleecker Street Pizza, is that the best one? Asked Henrik. It's a very good pizza. Oh, I say it's the best one? I don't think so. I think if you want to go for the best one, I would say go for Juliana's if you want full pie. If you want something by the slice, you might... I like Joe's, to be honest, and I always recommend it because it's such a classic New York City slice in Greenwich Village. The other great slice is Prince Street Pizza. Do you like everything for the bagel? Yes, I love the everything bagel. Oh, Rujo Jones, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Rujo Jones, for the super chat. Welcome to New York, I appreciate it. Please turn the other, oh yeah, sure thing. I showed it earlier, but you'll see it again. The Little Red Lighthouse. Best Puerto Rican food in New York. My opinion, the best Puerto Rican food in all of New York is Casa Adela in Alphabet City, which is right by the East Village. Casa Adela. Great food, run by Puerto Ricans, New Yorkers. One of the best empanadas you'll have, one of the best mofongos you'll have. Great food and very inexpensive. It's Juliana's Feminine, and that's underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. And Joe's, yeah, Edric. Joe's is by the slice, Juliana's is by the pie. Sit-down restaurant. Ava says, thanks for the PR food recommendation. My pleasure. You're going to enjoy Casa de la. I've been to Puerto Rico. Oh, cool, Rachel. I love Puerto Rico. I did videos of it last year. I did post those videos on my secondary Urbanist page, where I was able to post some older Facebook Live videos. You can find that on YouTube. It's called Urbanist Bonus. Urbanist Bonus. And there you can find my older Facebook Lives that I just reposted on YouTube, including Puerto Rico, Rome, and some of Paris. Let me know, what's your favorite bagel topping? A neighbor of mine is from Santiago. His friend makes great empanadas. Oh, cool, Dwayne. Do you think the GWB needs a new redesign? Ah, man. I don't like the look of the GWB. It looks too plain. And it's not as kind of invisible as the design of the new Mario Cuomo Bridge, or even as elegant as the Throg's Neck Bridge, which is made by the same architect. This one, it just looks a bit ugly, in my opinion. It looks like it's not done. Let me know what you think. I don't like it. If I could redesign it, if I had the same power of Robert Moses, and I were the master builder of New York, I would build a new bridge, put mass transit on that bridge, connect both the railroad and subway, and also make a way better walkway as well. Where are you visiting in England? I'll be going all around England, everywhere. London, Oxford, Cambridge, Manchester, Brighton, Birmingham, Liverpool, Wales, Cardiff, Bristol again. I'm gonna do more of Glastonbury. Absolutely fell in love with that place. Cornwall. Everywhere. I really want to do all UK. I just bought a massive book of Great Britain. I'll post a photo of it on my Instagram story. So follow me on Urbanist Live on Instagram. What about the Golden Gate? The Golden Gate is gorgeous. That is definitely gorgeous. I wish we had something similar to the Golden Gate look here. Though Otmar Edman built the Verrazano as well, and that is a much more beautiful bridge. And Sheffield. Oh yes, Sheffield. Leanne, you recommended that a few times. And I think I have a few other people recommended Sheffield. Come to Manchester. Manchester has a lot of like old industrial history I know of, so can't wait to go to Manchester. Hang out with Manchester United. Let me know what's your favorite bridge. Southern England offers a lot. Oh, I know. Dartmouth, I would love to go. You can strain Balkan-style yogurt through a cheesecloth over a sieve, and when the watery drains out, you have great tasting cream cheese-like product. Ooh, interesting, Dwayne. That is interesting. Balkan bagels. Sounds like an interesting combination. Paris, Rachel. Yeah, I've done Paris last year. Check out my videos, Urbanist Bonus, on YouTube. Or if you want to see all of them, they're on Facebook. So I'll put my Urbanist Live on Facebook and Instagram, Urbanist Exploring Cities on YouTube. Oh, yeah, it's Urbanist Exploring Cities on YouTube. And if you want to learn more about my own thing, the Ariel I post also my short films on there. Do you prefer the Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge? Yes. Over the GWB? 100%. GWB is the George Washington. I really like the look of the Cuomo Bridge. I wish bridges were more ornate. So if I had the choice, I would go for a more ornate bridge, like the Brooklyn, like the Manhattan, like the Queensboro, like London Bridge or Tower Bridge in London. I would prefer more ornate bridges, but when it comes to this new style bridges that are very kind of streamlined, that kind of meant to blend into the environment, I do like the Governor M. Cuomo Bridge. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice because it's not much. Let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer ornate or do you prefer something that blends in? Hey Todd, my John Lennon video was very educational. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Todd. The chain bridge in Budapest is gorgeous, yes. I can't wait to go to Budapest as well and do videos there. Judith prefers ornate, awesome. Dwayne likes both styles. Yeah, and sometimes it depends on the place. If you're like hanging out like in a very naturey place, a lot of mountain ranges and stuff like that, similar to what the bridge is like in Bristol, England, something that blends into the environment is nice. But if you're in a major city, I don't know. I think of why does the Throgs Neck Bridge have to be plain, for example? Or why does the GWB have to be plain? Why can't it be more ornate? Port Alexander III Bridge in Paris is gorgeous. Yes, and I did a video there, Manolito. Really great bridge. Really dark history, unfortunately, as well. Kay prefers ornate. Hendrik loves London Bridge. Enjoy this love boat. Yeah, it's a beautiful boat ride. We're going back up. See marvelous views of the New York Harbor. Here we're seeing the wonderful parking lots of Riverside Park. Oh my God, Patricia. They ran out of money. Originally, the George Washington Bridge was supposed to be clad in stone design by Cass Gilbert. Whoa, that would have been really awesome. The Bristol Suspension Bridge is a very iconic bridge in the UK, yeah. Jackie says the bridges sometimes are a bit distracting if they're too ornate, like the Boston's bridge that looks like a salt and pepper shaker. Yeah. I love the Brooklyn Bridge because of Emily Roebling. Yeah, she's a very impressive woman. Very impressive woman, rich, great for her. Look at that skyline. Oh yeah, this skyline is gorgeous. The skyline of Morningside Heights, because we have the Riverside Park Church, and I think, oh, I wish we could see Cathedral St. John the Divine. It's kind of a shame that Cathedral St. John the Divine is not finished, because if it were, and if they would build a large spire, it would just add to the skyline much better. Leanne says, I should do a tour of Sheffield for sure, the home of steel. Oh, that's good that it's a home of steel. I have a feeling there's a lot of coal industrial history in England. So for people who are patrons or Facebook supporters, thank you so much for continuing to support. It makes the dream of seeing 3 months of Urbanist videos worth all around the UK and Ireland a much closer possibility. Such a beautiful contrast. I agree. Look at that. It's a gorgeous church. Let's zoom in on this church. I'm very hungry. Going to cook with my friends. Oh, cool, Elisa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Grant's Tomb. Yep, there we see it. There are some super old bridges in Rome. Yeah, there are. There are. I think I visited one of them, if I recall correctly. That's Riverside Church. Yes, it is. That tower is a Carillon. Yeah. Carillon. Wait, are you going to Ireland? I am planning to do so. If I go all around UK, I might as well do Ireland as well. I really do want to do Ireland. Really cool stuff in Ireland. One of the top places I want to go is Newgrange. So that church has the most amount of Carillon bells in North America. Tallest Christian structure also in North America. One of the tallest churches in the world as well. Dwayne says lots of famous musicians and bands are Capernaum. The Moody Blues, Spencer Davis, Traffic, LEO, Electric Light Orchestra. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Wendy, the cruise is $60 US. But that is subject to fluctuate. Depends on the tourist season. Todd says, sorry, I invited my friend Leanne, Rebecca Lola Coggins. She will pester you as much as I will, says Todd. Oh, you're not pestering me. I love questions. I welcome all questions. Belfast is in Northern Ireland. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. When was this church built? This church was built in, if I recall correctly, it was like, I think early 1900s, so it was like 1910 around there. If anyone can let us know the exact date. But it was early 1900s if I recall correctly. I did a full history video about it that you can find on here on YouTube and on Facebook. It's called The Churches of Riverside Park, and it's part 2 of that video. Lorraine, you live 20 minutes from Newgrange, Ireland. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, Newgrange is a very mysterious place. I would love to visit it. In Wales, there's a town with an extremely long name. I can't wait to go to that town with an extremely long name and attempt to pronounce it. Ava. Ozzy Osbourne founded rock and roll here. Oh, cool. In England, that's awesome. 1930, ooh, so much later. 1930 was the church. Wow, we have a lot of England recommendations. I'm so glad. There's not enough videos about England, and I want to fill that void. So, thank you for the recommendations. Ava says Ava Anne Hathaway, not the actress, but the woman married to Shakespeare. Her cottage in Stratford-upon-Avon. Are you gonna kiss the Blarney Stone, Rachel? I think right now because of COVID, they banned kissing the Blarney Stone. Oh, Aid and Shell. Oh yeah, that's easy to pronounce. Very easy to pronounce. Welsh is such a simple language to say out loud. Of course. These tours are great. I feel like I'm getting out in the city and getting some fresh air. Yeah, I'm so glad you enjoy them. You should also go to Hastings and Dover. Oh yeah, Hastings, where England was born, in essence. Yeah, or modern England as we know it. 1066. If things happened differently in 1066, who knows what would be the history of the world. Just Kate says, I kissed the Blarney Stone. Not easy, yeah. Stratford-upon-Avon is amazing to row. And when I go to Liverpool, 100%, that will definitely be a stop. I would definitely do another Beatles video there as well. Leanne says, this has been great. I should tune in more. Oh, Leanne, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, go live every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. from various places in New York City and beyond. Aid says, if I go to Liverpool, I have to show all of you my Scouse accent. I will do my best without offending people. Without offending the English. Aid, I only speak the Queen's English. Isami says, still wondering about those white columns that were in the grass, that were in the greens. Anyone know about them? Yeah, let us know if anyone knows about those Greek ruins. Can you do a Brummie accent? No. The only accent I can do is a little bit of Scottish. I can kind of pretend like I'm Ewan McGregor in the film Trainspotting. It's the only accent I can kind of do. However, I like trying to do the Scottish accent to my Irish friends, and they get really pissed off because they're like, "That's not Irish. That's fucking Scottish." My apologies to all the Scots watching out there. Oh no, I can't do a Polish British accent. Not quite at all. Otherwise, I would sound like I'm a BBC producer. I would sound like I'm on the BBC doing behind the scenes of New York. On the next episode of Skins. Alright, everyone, this boat ride is getting long. You got me doing accents. I have offended the entire England and Scotland. The one accent I really want to master is David Attenborough. Quite don't know how to do that accent. But I imagine always him being very dramatic about the wildlife. Yay, a boat. Oh, Judith, you like the Irish brogue? Oh, do you? You know, I wish I kind of knew how to do an Irish accent, but it's a bit kind of difficult. It always spills over and it kind of turns into a Scottish accent, to be honest. But I do my best, you know. Maybe I'll speak a little bit like Irish, like Leonardo DiCaprio does in Gangs of New York. Manolito, you want to talk in the New York accent? You know, I would like some water and some coffee on my water. Like a good New York bagel. Everyone, you're just making me offend everyone. Now I offend the New Yorkers, Irish. I apologize to all the Irish and New Yorkers and Scottish and English out there. Don't ask me to do a Welsh accent. Replace your Ariel sounds. Yeah, that's a bit tricky for me. I am, you know, Spanish is my first language, so, and also my family's from Puerto Rico, so that kind of R sound is a bit tricky for me. Astoria says my Scottish accent reminds you of Ringo. I hope these accents don't get me banned from the UK. It'll be such a shame. Sounds like a little Arnold Governor. Boys and girls, says Meta. Lori says stop. Henrik says there's a NYC way of saying forget about it. You know, forget about it, Henrik. Forget about it. Judith says I love my New York accent. Can't pronounce my R's if my life depended on it. Yeah. I sound like Ray Romano? What? Ma. Ray Romano. Very nasally, Ray Romano. Yeah. You will be banned from Ireland, never mind the UK, says Lori. Franz Drescher's accent is really good. Yeah, also very nasally, very similar to Ray Romano, Fran Drescher. Oh, another boat alert. This is the BBC Echo. Welcome to the BBC. I know, I really want to work for the BBC. It's my dream to be in a show for the BBC. I think I want to be one of those very few Americans that have been on the BBC show. You can't get banned from the UK. Liz will just chop your ear off and chase you with her corgis. Says Aid. ¿Tú conoces francés? No vale pour français. Anglais. I don't know. The Canadian comedian Russell Peters, whose parents are from India, does cool impersonations of accents. Yeah, I really love his comedy. He's gotten way better. He's kind of steered away a little bit from more of the race-based comedy. That's gotten a little bit more nuanced. I really love him. Yeah, he does really good accents. He does very good like Arab accent, and Indian accent, of course, and also various American accents. The BBC Echo looks like it's doing a lot of hard work. Yeah, it's going fast, very, very fast. Aid, that's funny. How do you do a screenshot? It depends on your phone, but you would have to press the power button and the lock button at the same time for iPhone. Herbie, I'm so glad you like my video. Do I know Netherlands? I don't know Dutch. That seems like a very difficult language, but I would love to learn a little bit of it at least. Janice posted the Greek temple. Thank you so much. So Janice on Facebook posted a link to what the Greek temple on the Henry Hudson Parkway is. Hey Meta, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. So we have maybe like 40 minutes left? A little bit less, maybe 30 minutes. I want to walk with Ariel and Action Kid, says Herbie. maybe one day we'll do a joint meetup. All the New York vloggers, Action Kid, Herbie Bar, myself. We'll do maybe one day a giant meetup. Mary Jane. Lorraine, I should watch the Irish comedian Tommy Tiernan. Hilariously funny and a great Irish accent. Oh, I can't wait to go see it. Oh, check it out. I love the Bristolian comic Russell Howard. That's his name, right? Russell Howard, yeah. Absolutely love his comedy. I love the Bristolian accent. Such a cool accent. If I come to Birmingham, can I meet you? Possibly. 4K, thank you so much for putting instructions for taking screenshots.
I gotta make sure my people are having a good time.
Yeah, the fact that this ride is pretty long and it goes slow on the Hudson is making the price really worth it. So I really do enjoy this ride. I would pay for it if I weren't like, if it wasn't a complimentary ticket, I would have paid for it. I love when you rate benches when you're walking tours of cities. Rachel, many bench reviews to come. And I have a feeling UK is going to be an excellent bench country. Maybe I'll even sit on a megalithic stone. Not Stonehenge because that's roped off, but another megalithic stone and rate a 5,000-year-old bench as well. Maybe. In Newgrange, maybe in Ireland. Ray Romano's from Long Island. Yeah, indeed he is. I should do a 1-minute bench review every day, says Dave. Maybe that'll be good for TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, Ariel Vieira. And I'm doing half of my videos on TikTok are like Urbanist-like videos, but the other half are stuff that you might have seen in my philosophical chat. Ooh, we're passing, yep, right there, I think, yeah, right here is where, no, we're still a little bit further up. Never mind. Should be right here. Okay, there we go. Right there is Weehawken, New Jersey. Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton met. for a deadly duel. And we all know what happened to Ahab. Spoilers, he dies. Watch the musical by the other famous New Yorican, not myself, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Some benches are built intentionally uncomfortable. Yes, they are, Mark, and I really don't like that type of design. It's called hostile design, and New York is very guilty of doing a whole lot of that. So, yeah. Philip Hamilton died here as well. Yeah. Kathy, right here, Weehawken, New Jersey, right here. This is the town of Weehawken, which is right above Hoboken, which is over there. The Hamilton Memorial is right there. I cover it in my video, Hamilton's New York. Check that out, Facebook and YouTube. All right. Ooh, it's getting cold. Ooh. All right. No wonder everyone's leaving from the top deck. Thanks for watching. Oh, from Portugal. Oh, I can't wait to go to Portugal. Lisbon looks like such a gorgeous city filled with so many wonderful things. Have I been to the Frank Sinatra Museum? No, it was closed, as far as I know. So I didn't go. Ride the ferry in Liverpool. Interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to do a few ferries. Maybe one across the English Channel would be a interesting video if there's service. Much better. I try to not have people in my pictures. Sometimes it's very hard to do in major cities. Be the last man standing on the top deck. Yes. So probably am going to be the last man standing on this top deck soon. Hudson Yards, Empire State Building, right there. Oh, always hurts. And these ones are a little bit nicer to point. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's a little bit nicer to point at them. They're nice and flat on top. Timothy Dalton, I would love to feature him in the live video. Who would like to see a tour of some place in England with Timothy Dalton? Let me know. Ex-Bond. The ouch, well, look how pointy that damn Empire State Building is. So pointy. It's like a little needle. A little needle within the haystack of the city. The Titanic would have docked a little bit further down. I'll point that out once again. Not here, a little bit further down in Chelsea Piers. If you see the movie Ghostbusters, they have a ghost Titanic that actually docks in climax of the film. Have you ever thought about living in another U.S. city? No, not really in another U.S. city, but I do intend on living at some point in my near future in London. So aside from exploring all of UK and Ireland, I would love to live in London for a few months at least. Do I know Ryan Serhant? No, I never met him, but I do know of him. And yeah, it might be interesting to hit him up for a video. He has a very big following, so sometimes, unless if they're releasing a book, a celebrity might be keen on being featured. So maybe when he releases a book, I'll reach out to him. Ghostbusters is a great movie, yeah. I love the buildings that are as wide at the base, making them feel higher somehow. Yeah, yeah. The skinny skyscrapers are like that. I lived in London, and it's great. I loved London. I lived there for a month in Camden and explored, did daily live videos there back in 2018, January, and absolutely fell in love. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy your day in the cruise. I hope to see you in UK one day. Thank you so much, Aid. Hope to see you as well. I lived in London. It was great. Camden Town in London, great area. Dublin Castle Pub is great. Yeah, really great places. Would highly recommend it. I like the bases of towers. They're called pedestals. Oh, interesting. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, let me know if in engineering or architecture they call them pedestals. Pedestals is usually referred to the base of like a statue, like the Statue of Liberty. The only problem in London is food, Manolito. Manolito, I would disagree with you there. I get what you're saying, but London has some really good food. The coffee shops were amazing. Some of the best bakeries I've had were in London. The sausage rolls are just amazing. Meat pies everywhere. Oh, so good. The Sunday roast at the pub. Oh, wow. That's just heavenly. I had Sunday roast a few times in London. I had it once in Bristol. I just fell in love. London is, I think, underrated for food. It's a little bit hard as a tourist because it's not so well highlighted. But maybe I can help change that. You can watch my old videos if you ever visit it again. And I do mention a lot of food places there. London is as expensive as New York City in terms of real estate, in terms of apartment and rent, yes. And some attractions might be. No, actually attractions are a little bit cheaper because many museums are free, especially during nighttime. London is actually cheaper when you start getting to the food because groceries are a third of the price than they are in the US. There's a lot of fresh farmers markets as well, or you could go Borough Market. And you can get very, very inexpensive food at like Borough Market or Chinatown in London and very good quality food. So yeah, London can be expensive as New York, but I think from what my experience, there's more options for cheap food in London. The vessel's looking tiny, it really is. You could get great Indian food. I wish I experienced more Indian food. I didn't quite experience it, but I did experience one of the best bagels in my life at Brick Lane, which is the Indian area of London. They also had great donuts right next door. I think they were called Crosstown Donuts or Cross County Donuts, something along those lines. And the bagel was very inexpensive. It was a huge bagel stuffed with pastrami, like massive amounts of pastrami. Ooh, this is a cool view. Whoa, look at that. The Empire State Building is beautifully framed. Oh wow. Times like these make me want to have an additional camera so I could take photos at the same time. Yeah, that bagel was stuffed with pastrami and it was only, what was it, €4? I mean, £4, which is, about $7, but it was stuffed with so much meat. Here, a bagel stuffed with meat is like $20. So quite a difference. Is there a Jane Austen house? I think there is a Jane Austen house. There is a book I am probably going to buy soon that's all Jane Austen's England, and I'm very keen on covering more Jane Austen. I'm already getting such in the mood for England that I'm using the word keen quite a lot. And I already say a lot of them. Pop in. Just gonna pop in. Freud's home is a beautiful place. Yeah, I can't wait to do a video of it. Yeah, he has very cool decorations. He was really into like Egyptian artifacts. Really important figure of history. So here is where the Titanic was supposed to land. Right over here. We're gonna see the gate. Yeah. We're gonna see the gate that people were supposed to get through. Okay, I am running out of battery. I think I might have 10 more minutes, but I might connect. Some more boats here. Okay, so on the other side. Is Mount Everest in my destination plans? I doubt I can do a live stream on Mount Everest. There's probably no signal there. If there were signal, you know, that would be a very interesting live stream. That would be a very, very interesting. Imagine, oh my God, everyone, just imagine. Live Mount Everest climbing. Like the entire journey, from start to finish, all live. That would be really, really cool. Why does that building look slanted? It's designed that way. It's just a avant-garde design, all weird design buildings along, or weird and eccentric. Don't mean weird in the negative way, but eccentric, interesting, unique buildings are designed along the High Line. Maybe I can live stream via Starlink satellites. Ooh, interesting. The sun looks spooky. Yeah, the sun is kind of... Oh, here it is. I'm heading to the Harbor Line. This one is a bit more expensive. I think this costs like $120 or something along those lines. What is the large wire sculpture? That is Chelsea Piers. It's a sporting complex. So I think it's some type of sporting complex in there. I'm not sure what sports they play in there, but something. They play something there. Lots of sports there. That's what that is. It's quite busy in Everest. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people climbing it. That green cage is a sporting complex. It's called Chelsea Piers because this was also called Chelsea Piers. So the gate for the Titanic is right behind this park, and let's see if we can actually see it. I've done a video of it. You can search my Meatpacking District Secrets video. So right there, we're starting to see, can we see it? Yeah, right there. You see that huge gate? It's a little bit hard to tell the difference between that building, but right behind the park, between that glass building, that gate, so a little bit hard to make out. That gate is where the Titanic passengers were supposed to disembark. Chelsea Market is along the High Line. You can barely see the building of the Chelsea Island. It's this one right behind it. So, yeah, right behind it. You can barely see the Chelsea Market building. Oh, the copters are coming. What is that? Pier? Yes, that's a Chelsea Pier. UNAK should do Everest. Okay. I'll discuss it with Action Kid. See if we could do Everest live. Everest live. That'll be really epic. Truly, truly epic opportunity. Here's the Hoboken Terminal, one of the most beautiful Beaux-Arts terminals. Would you ever go flying? It's a Fly Nyan. Yeah. I would love to go. I'm not entirely sure if I would have service on a helicopter. I tried reaching out to them. They weren't too keen on collaborating because they've had so much bigger YouTubers reach out to them, and they've already done videos. But I'm not sure. Maybe when I'm reach 1 million subscribers, which I'll probably be soon. I'll reach out back to them and see if I can do a live video there, everyone. So press that heart, press that like button on YouTube and that like button on Facebook. And the more likes, the more the people get to see these videos, the closer I'll be to 1 million, and the more I can do helicopter tours. Any plans to do Astoria, Joe? Joe, I've done plenty of Astoria. You can see my Astoria tour with Action Kid. Search Urbanist Action Kid Astoria on YouTube and you'll see it there. On my own channel, I've done plenty of Astoria on Facebook. You can search Facebook Astoria. And you should do a video from a small airplane. I would love that. Maybe just film and add music. I could do that, Rachel. Luckily, I have the technology to do that in my very hands. Do I see Hoboken? Yes, we do. Hoboken, right there. What's your most ambitious goal, if you can share, says 4K Wanderer? Great question, 4K Wanderer. My most ambitious goal is to make an epic, I have 2 epic documentary series I would love to do. When it comes to like kind of history travel content, I would love to do 2 epic history documentaries. One of them about uncovering the ancient history, our forgotten ancient history. So Atlantis, the ancient land of Mu, all these weird, possibly forgotten civilizations that we might not know about or might not be aware of. I would love to uncover the mysteries of the Sphinx, all in one epic documentary series that goes across the world to places like Göbekli Tepe, the Sphinx, the ancient ruins in Indonesia that are very strange. They're kind of all covered in grass. To the apparent ancient Amazonian city that is buried underneath earthworks, and uncover that in like a season or 2. So let me know if you're into that series. And then the second series I would love to do, maybe like on Netflix, is visiting the structures of all the major religions of the world. Each episode is one religion. Catholicism, one on Protestantism, Judaism, the beautiful mosques and Taoist temples. Well, there's not that many Taoist temples, but Buddhist temples or Shinto temples as well. And each episode is just, it's not about the religion or not anything critical about the religion. I don't care too much about that. I want to just show the beautiful aesthetics. I want to praise the beautiful aesthetics and the rituals just on a aesthetic level, and the history of these religions of the world. There could be plenty of other documentaries that cover more critical view. I don't care about that. I just want to show you the beauty of these religions, and that would be another series I would love to do. I just imagine doing one scene of a Catholic priest in the Vatican kind of swinging the myrrh incense with that kind of device that just swings, and the smoke blowing out, and just doing like a beautiful slow motion shot with the camera going underneath and revealing the beautiful ceiling murals done by, you know, Michelangelo or someone. There's a few great ceiling murals all around Rome. So yeah, everyone, stay tuned. Netflix, I'll be talking to Netflix soon. Would love to see you in Egypt. Oh hell yes! And in that documentary, the first one, the Forgotten Civilizations one, I would love to feature Graham Hancock there. And there's a few other awesome writers that I really look up to. That's why I really want to go to Newgrange. It's a very mysterious island, and also, oh, not island, but mysterious ruin or ancient structure, and also Stonehenge. And Anglican Church, yes, it would be really cool to go to Lincoln Cathedral. Oh yeah, I know. Henrik, you saw Graham Hancock on Joe Rogan a few times. Oh, so cool. That's awesome. Awesome goals, Ariel. And then for my own personal goals, I want to make an epic sci-fi action film that has disco music. And that would be like, it would be like Star Wars meets a Marvel movie meets The Matrix. Judith will tune into both of those documentaries. Awesome, Judith. Glad to have you on board for the Netflix premiere. Oh, it's the Liverpool Cathedral. Oh, thank you, Paul, for clarifying. Is it a little bit too long to hold interest, this cruise? Yeah, but I think that's the point. This is not to constantly see something interesting. I think this cruise is a good, calm cruise. Not Tom Cruise, but it's a good, calm cruise to enjoy. Maybe with Tom Cruise, but he's not here. But if you're here, I think this would be a great date idea. So if you're here with a significant other, it might be a really great date idea. Or if you're new to New York City, or you're a local and haven't really seen the Hudson, this is a really great chill cruise, I think. Chill cruise, it's a calm cruise, but no Tom Cruise. It's a great way to spend time together. Yeah, I agree. You'll see most of the sights on the first way through, right? As we did one way. Well, as you're going back, I think it's the opportunity to kind of chill out and just kind of enjoy the ambiance of the great city of New York. Throw in a little Star Trek. Oh, of course, I love Star Trek. It's a great series, and I'm definitely inspired by it. After this, am I going to Chinatown for some dumplings? I'm probably going to go for something a little bit more heartier. I do love my dumplings, but I might do that with my friend Action Kid for a video if anyone's interested. A few people said that they're interested. Not first date. That could be a horror. Yes, do not do this on the first date. It's a bit too long for a first date, in my opinion. But yeah, this would be great for if you're already seeing someone or a significant other. Favorite Star Trek series, The Next Generation for me. That's the one I grew up with. That's the one I really adore. All right, everyone. This is the great city of New York, the Freedom Tower. Beautiful views of the skyline. We just went up the Hudson, saw the marvelous views of New York. Thank you so much, Top View, for liking my video that I did of your bus tour and giving me complimentary tickets to this. I really do appreciate it. So big hearts to them. If you really enjoyed this, tour, consider giving Liberty Cruise / Top View a 5-star rating on TripAdvisor. This is not sponsored by them at all. But if you want to, if you enjoyed this free ride that I provide to all of you for free online, do consider giving it a 5-star rating. As if you were on the tour, don't mention anything about video. As if you were on the tour, give them a 5-star rating. 5-star ratings on TripAdvisor really help out. So anytime I feature a tour guide or a tour company and you enjoy whatever I did of them, 5-star ratings on TripAdvisor is the best way for these tour companies to get business. And during these pandemic times, some of them are really struggling, so they can use all the help they can get. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all the patrons and supporters. If you enjoy these tours or want to see more, paypal.me/Ariel Vieira, patreon.com/Urbanist. Another live stream, not today, but you will see me live on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Today I started just a little bit late just because of the tour, but Wednesdays and Saturdays, 1 p.m. Thank you everyone for the great city of New York. I'm so happy to have shown you this beautiful city from this perspective. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought some peace, love, some happiness, some smile, some relaxation, anything. If this was value to you, awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Bon voyage. keep being awesome, and always keep on exploring.